Hi everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine in this time with COVID and everything. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Today, I actually want to talk about who I am. But before I do that, I want to ask you guys to please stay to the end of the video because I have a piano piece that I've been practicing and I really want to get you guys' opinion on it. But the main reason I made this video today was because I wanted to talk a little bit more about myself so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. I don't have a lot to talk about. I do, but I don't. I'll just keep it a little short for you guys. So I actually wanted to answer some of the questions people asked me during my time playing music, and hopefully this will give you a little bit more insight on who I am and maybe answer some of the questions you may have for me or maybe questions you will have in the future. Hi, my actual name is Fred and I play cello and piano. I do have a history of playing violin, but it's not something I would teach to someone, like a big group of people, maybe one or two people I'll teach violin, but it's not my main instrument, if you know what I'm saying. I actually did play saxophone for maybe a year, but if anybody ever asked me to play saxophone now, it wouldn't happen. I believe I actually started playing music back when I was 10. My grandmother actually gave me a toy piano. It was, I forget the name of it, but it was a toy piano and it can barely play a chord. And I feel like that's actually where I got my love for classical music because that piano had classical music on it, and I remember myself playing classical music all the time on that. And I actually learned my first classical song on that piano. And again, it couldn't even play chords, so I was basically just doing right hand stuff. And I taught myself from that. I taught myself from playing that down on that piano until I got a teacher. I honestly feel that I don't play as much as I should. But to answer the question, I play as much as I do because I love music. And when you play music and you do something you love, it kind of gives you a way to express yourself. And I'm sure anybody who's been playing music for a long time can relate. Just imagine you love playing music or you love doing something that you love to do, and all of a sudden you just can't do it anymore. It kind of brings you into a depression. So playing music for me is sort of having a bad day and playing music and that being the thing that make you feel better. The answer to that question is no. I did not go to school to play cello or piano, but I did win a scholarship to free lessons at what we call here in Wisconsin, Wisconsin's Conservatory of Music. And they're best teachers I've ever met in my life. Personally, my teacher was the best cellist that I've ever met in person. But yeah, I won a scholarship and I did that pretty much through all of high school and beyond, years beyond, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Before we get off this topic, I do want to hit on this a little bit more, especially about music. You don't have to go to school to learn music, okay? You don't have to do that. The only thing you really need is to have someone that is willing to show you the way, have patience, have the time to do it, focus, and you can learn literally any musical instrument that you set your mind to, whether that's cello, piano, accordion, bass, whatever. Um, for me, winning that scholarship that changed my life was me being in the right place at the right time, literally. Me knowing somebody, they seeing that I had that interest, that spark, and them having me go win this scholarship. Sure enough, I won this scholarship, and now hopefully I can share the information that I've learned back then with you guys now. To answer that question, I want to go over some of the plans that I had before and how I got to this point. So, back when I started playing, I actually wanted to play in an orchestra. Okay. I wanted to play in an orchestra, and that's all I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But then, a couple years after that plan, I decided that I wanted to do solo. I didn't want to play in an orchestra. I wanted to do like weddings and just do my own stuff. And then, maybe a couple years after that, I started teaching some people cello here and there, and I fell in love with it. Honestly, I fell in love with teaching the cello. I had one person that just had a spark he first learned his when he first learned his first notes, and it just stuck with me till still to this day. And that's one of the purposes I made this YouTube channel, was to spread my music out and my knowledge to the world, and hopefully I can put a spark into somebody for them to, either start cello or even piano. So, a fun fact about myself, I actually study a martial arts under the name of Kung Fu, and I've been doing that for about 9 to 10 years. And I am a full teacher, so I do a lot of teaching and a lot of training myself. That's one of the reasons why my hair is like this, if anybody was wondering, or I'm in all black. So that's the reason for that. I actually had a dream of starting a YouTube channel and teaching Kung Fu, because there's so much, a lifetime of information that I can teach on that. But Kung Fu is very physical, and that's very, 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 very difficult to actually teach that efficiently on a YouTube channel or online. So my primary goal is to get my music out and my knowledge out to the world. Maybe someday in the future I will teach Kung Fu or make a YouTube channel dedicated to just Kung Fu, and hopefully I can teach that way. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those who've been commenting or sharing, liking, or even having time to view any of the videos that I've posted on all of my social media platforms. Big thanks to you guys. I did mention something in the beginning of this video, and that was I am practicing a piece. It's actually by Roy Todd. The song is called Letting Go. Roy Todd is like one of my biggest idols in the piano world. So please, if you stay to the end of the video, give this video a like, give it a comment, subscribe, and please watch the video and comment on any thoughts that you have with that piece. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.